Welcome to aminacademy.com. In chemistry, let us discuss about thermal property of matter. We have common sense notation of heat and temperature. Temperature is a measure of hotness of a body. A kinetic, a kettle with boiling water is hotter than a box containing ice because that kinetic energy is more in hotter body than in cold body. In physics, we need to define the notion of heat, temperature, etc. More carefully, in this chapter, we will discuss about thermal properties of matter in detail. Thermal properties of matter. The matter is defined as any substance that has mass and occupies space. Temperature is one of the physical properties of matter. Temperature of the matter defines the state of it. Also, there are other temperature related properties of matter like thermal conductivity, thermal diffusivity, and so on. Next, what is heat? Heat is the total energy of the motion of the molecules of a substance, whereas temperature refers to the measure of the average energy of the motion of the molecules in the substance. The heat is dependent on factors like the speed of particles, the size of the particles, and the number of particles, etc. Here, heat, suppose the firewood, it shows a complete heat surround it. But temperature is the measure of that hotness. Now, there are now we'll define further about temperature and heat. We can begin studying thermal properties of matter with definition of temperature and heat. Temperature is a relative measure or indication of hotness or coldness. A hot utensil is said to have high temperature and ice cube to have a low temperature. An object that has a higher temperature than another object is said to be hotter. Note that hot and cold are relative terms like tall and short. Heat is the total energy of a motion of the molecules of a substance, whereas the temperature refers to the measure of the average energy of the motion of the molecules in that substances. Now, there are some scales of temperature. First, Celsius. Celsius is a temperature scale and degrees Celsius are unit of temperature on that scale. The symbol for degree Celsius is 0, small circle with C. A temperature such as 15 degrees Celsius is stated as 15 degrees Celsius like this way. On the Celsius scales, the boiling point of water is 100 degrees Celsius. The freezing point of the water is 0 degrees Celsius. And absolute zero is minus 273.15 degrees Celsius. This is a Fahrenheit and Celsius scale in the same graph. Fahrenheit is a temperature scale and degrees Fahrenheit are unit of temperature on that scale. The symbol of degree Fahrenheit is degree F. A temperature such as, for example, 72 degree Fahrenheit is stated as 72 degree Fahrenheit. We have to write like this. On the Fahrenheit scale, the boiling point of water is 212 Fahrenheit and the freezing point of your water is 32 degree Fahrenheit. Look at here, for Celsius degree, 100 degree Celsius is the boiling point of the water and 0 degree Celsius is the freezing point of the water. And the same thing in the Fahrenheit scale, boiling point of water is here. The boiling point of water is 212 degree Fahrenheit and the freezing point of water is 32 degree Fahrenheit. The absolute zero is minus 459.67 degree Fahrenheit. The relation between Celsius and Fahrenheit is important here. Here, degree Celsius is equal 5 over 9 into Fahrenheit minus 32. As well, Fahrenheit is equal 9 over 5 degree Celsius plus 32 degree Fahrenheit. 30 degree Fahrenheit. Yeah, it's the relation is very important. There are wide variety of temperature measurement probes is in use today, depending on what you are trying to measure, how accurately you need to measure it. If you need to use it for control or just man monitoring, if if you can even touch what you are trying to monitor. Temperature measurement can be classified into a few general categories like thermometer, probes, non-contact system. Yeah, further discuss about heat properties, thermal properties of matter. Here, consider in case of glass of tumbler or ice cold water. Heat flows from the environment to glass tumbler. Or in ice, suppose ice is colder than surroundings, so heat is flowing from outside to the tumbler inside. Whereas in the case of hot tea, it flows from the cup of hot tea to the environment. That means heat flow from higher to lower scale. So we can say that heat is the form of energy transferred between two or more systems and its surroundings by virtue of temperature difference. Measurement of temperature. A measurement of temperature is obtained using a thermometer. Many physical properties of materials change sufficiently with temperature. Some such properties are used as the basis for the constructing thermometers. The commonly used the commonly used temperature measurement is a normal thermometer. Thermometers are calibrated so that a numerical value may be assigned to a given temperature in an appropriate scale, like degrees Celsius or Fahrenheit. For the definition of any standard scale, two fixed reference points are needed. Since all substances changes dimension with temperature, an absolute reference for expansion is not available. Here, a temperature and Fahrenheit scale we can define this way. Temperature final minus 32 over 180 equal temperature is calibrated divided by 100. So far we discussed about the basic thermal properties of matter like the heat and temperature, the scale of temperature, and what about the thermometers, difference between Celsius and Fahrenheit, like the basic things we discussed. In further videos, we'll discuss more about thermal properties of matter. We have done. Please subscribe our YouTube channel.